try to do this with the least amount of table bump as possible. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, me. Good morning, you. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, you guys. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. I got a weird echo in my head. You guys let me know if there's any echo. I'll see if I can try to fix that. But other than that, welcome and welcome back. This is Arch of the Round Table. My name is Mello. If this is your first time, if you're a frequent flyer, if you're a multiple offender, take a seat, enjoy. We hanging out. We hanging and banging, we chilling and chatting. I'm just peeking through this amazing Silver Surfer Artist Edition or Artisan Edition. It's a bit smaller than the Artist Edition by the late, great John Buscema. John Buscema, born in December of 1927, would have been 99 years old this year. God bless him. His work will live for 99 more years, I bet you. And plus. Anywho, thank you guys for hanging out. I love his work. I will be recreating this cover, or homaging it, or whatever, a tribute drawing, a tribute piece of this cover, so you guys can see it also. And that's it. I have been having a ton of fun. Let me show you. I've been having a ton of fun just doing one piece image and building like one figure with a word. Like I did a Wonder Woman with Amazon underneath, and I did Dr. Doom with Doom on the side and Patch and whatever. You guys know. If you guys have been around here, you know. If you haven't, take a peek at the playlist. You'll know what I'm talking about. And the Joker here, I'll show you the latest one. These are the two most recent pieces that I've recent pieces. And I'm in a weird place because not that I've lost interest. Maybe I did, but I've put a lot of work into them, and I wanted to step away from it. I just got to work on the ear, maybe some detail in the hair. But depending on what I'm gonna do later, I don't know if I need to really finish those. I think I just want to clean up the lettering here so it'll pop. Other than that, I think I'm just going to spray it with fixative so that the contrast of the graphite shows a bit more. And then I'm going to scan it, and then I'll figure out what to do from there. I will probably be painting it. I want to paint it, actually. So maybe that's what I'll do. And then Supergirl. I saw the movie this weekend. Guys, it's fine. The movie's actually fine. You'll be surprised. Don't worry about it. Go and have a good time. Buy some popcorn. Grab a drink. And enjoy the movie. Millie Alcock nails it as Kara Zor-El. And as Supergirl. Leave all your baggage behind and go watch an entertaining movie. It's not Guardians of the Galaxy, which let's just be upfront and blunt a bit real quick before we continue. James Gunn is making DC Comics into an extension of what he did in Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you enjoyed those movies, that's what you're gonna get. Now, if you enjoyed them but it was like, then you're not going to enjoy what he's doing at DC. But it is what it is. And kind of like when other directors try to be like popular directors, like when after Michael Bay did Bad Boys and his stuff that made him popular, like Transformers, then you saw copycat directors that did Battleship, and even the Turtles, the recent Ninja Turtles movies, were not the animated ones, the live action with Megan Fox in them. they were all Michael Bay light, just loud and noisy, and people thought that that's what they wanted. Anyway, I digress. Can we get a proper soundtrack to movies? Can we not listen to bop and pop while people are getting beat up? That's my only complaint. I have more, but I don't care enough to share them. I enjoyed the flick. She was fine. She was fine. It was fine. It's not gonna recoup its money. That's a shame. But she was great. Give her something better to do. Give her something bigger and grander to do. Give her and Superman something bigger and grander to do. Give them better villains to fight against. I just miss better, more defined villains than just whatever it is that they're showing us. Anyway, other than that, that's my Supergirl. I think I'm done here. I kind of like it. What I ended up doing off stream is I added the cape on her right side, our left side, to kind of balance out the page. I kind of like the flow of it to make it look like an S, like her symbol. It keeps your eyes moving. Everything is kind of like flowing. You guys like that? I see this in the way I kind of rendered it. I can see the black inking and what's capable, and I think that is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna spray this one, also scan it. I almost feel like just inking the original. We'll see what happens. Anyway. So, why did I go from DC real quick to Marvel? It's because, and back and forth, it's because for the last couple of days, last week, I started finished drawing and started painting a picture of Galactus. This one here. So I had Galactus on my mind. He's about to go num. So you can't have eggs without bacon. You need Galactus and Silver Surfer. So that's what we gonna do. Good morning, Caleb. How you doing, bro? So that's my. I got some more work to do on this. I'm taking my time. I'm enjoying the process of drawing and drawing on canvas. This is canvas here. And put it in work. In a previous conversation that we've had, I mentioned how I don't like. I want to keep pushing my pencils, no matter the material I'm drawing on. I'm more comfortable, obviously, on regular paper, Bristol board, vellum, smooth, whatever. I've been doing pretty good on artboard, but there's certain things with artboard that you can't really get. That I'm still working on and I'm enjoying. Excuse me, I don't mean to do that. And I wanted to see if I can push some of the detail here. And I should be able to show you guys what the Galactus looks like in pencil. Give me a hot second and I'll share it with you. That one here, that one here. And it was tough just because I couldn't get the amount of, where am I here? That one. I couldn't get the amount of detail, full detail, because of the way, here I'll show you. That thing is huge. I gotta do this 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. I should have checked my resolution. But we doing this live. All right, so that is the scanned pencils from the canvas. I should scooch it aside. Here, that's the side by side. So this thing was difficult to put together. One, because I couldn't get full black with the graphite, and it was just kind of digging in. So I just needed enough, and I kind of like the atmospheric appearance of it, where just his face is detailed and everything else just gets lost into space, which is kind of like what I wanted and kind of dove into when I started painting. This is about 2 hours worth of painting. Does that sound right to me? Now I can't remember. I'll have to check my... I'm recording this, so I have to check my... I'll check it. I'll check how long it's been. Or how long it has taken so far. I got to deepen the black more. The space. The vastness of space. I'm digging these different type of purple hues. I'm going to keep playing upon that. I'm going to darken the halo around this planet. This little jawbreaker of his, and we're gonna go from there. We don't need that anymore. I'm gonna keep Super Surfer on screen, and that's what we're gonna do. All right, so the reason I'm not showing this on my live streams is I'm recording the paintings because I would like to do a narrative video about them, about that. And talk about the process a bit more and get a little bit more in depth and just go in and concentrate, knock it out. All right, so I scanned this cover. I measured it out to match my sheet here, my comic sheet. I'm actually going to draw out just the frames for the Marvel Comics Group piece and the title. Although my figure is going to be a lot bigger. So I'm not going to put too much detail because his head, the way I mapped it out, is going to be a lot bigger. Let me get right here. I'm going to make sure you guys see this stuff here. Move this. I got too much stuff. But other than that, how is everybody doing? Hope you had a fantastic weekend. It was beautiful. All right. This thing goes up to the 6-inch mark. It doesn't have to be too accurate for me. I don't really care. Or do I? Because now that looks too short. Is anybody heading to the IndieCon in a couple weeks? I will be there, IndieCon in Jacksonville on July 11th. I will be there not as a presenter or anything like that, as a fan. All right, here. As a fan, it should be fun. Get to see some creatives, some great creatives. No, that's not enough. But I got there's some people there that I'm looking forward to seeing. I have some of their work, and I would love to get a signature on some of the work, selfishly. I have not done any warm-up sketches or drawings. I go right in. We've had this discussion before about warming up. Sometimes I feel it's a waste, and I shouldn't say it that way, but it's, for me, it's energy that I could be using on my artwork. Sometimes when I don't warm up, usually my first couple of lines are really stiff, and I don't mind that stiffness, that refinement. Plus, it just makes it, as your day continues, if you're going to be drawing more that day, how much looser and in control of your work you're going to be. In my opinion, of course, none of this is written in stone. You can warm up, you can do whatever you want. All right. I just need to see where the S's are. I think they're about right here. This is going to be the hardest part, and I probably won't be doing all of this on stream, just because you guys might find it boring. And it's going to take a lot of measuring. I already messed up the measuring here, because that's where the second one goes. All these grids and I can't even measure right. Okay. But I think that's good enough for me. That's going to be the beginning. Then after that, I'm just going to see how, and if, with the power of technology, if I can't figure it out, I'll just superimpose it in there using Photopea. This is going to be my my weapons of choice this morning. Prismacolor color erase number 20044 blue. We got 4 of these, so it'll be easy to just be transplanting. I won't be moving my thing there. What the heck are these called? I got it right there. My grips. I won't be moving my grips. All right. Let's get the form in here. Like I said, it's going to be pretty big. I have a rough sketch, and I have this image scanned in again. So I'm using it, kind of. What I ended up doing was I cut this piece out, separated it from the title, and I enlarged it because I want him to be bigger on the page. I really wanted to work on a larger figure today. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, his head's going to be pretty big. When I was doing the Supergirl, I wanted to show you guys, and I'll do it again here, kind of like the rough measuring I do for figure drawing, for comic book figures. I go by the John Buscema's How to Draw Comics the Marvel way of using the head as the measuring, as the what's the word I'm looking for? As the unit of measure. So the head is what I'm going to base everything on. So what I do roughly, and you can do it several different ways, I roughly, when I'm trying to draw quickly, using my pencil and using the head as my form of measurement, I put my middle finger on the top of the coconut, and I use the tip of the pencil to touch the bottom of the chin. And then I just move my hand down, my middle finger towards the chin, lightly do a mark. That is the second, those are my rough measurements here. So that gives me 1 head, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. He's going to be kind of... Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it is just... it's what I do. But we're going to boof this dude up. Everybody has a different method to how they do figures. That one seems to work for me. I have a distinctive style. So when I want to just be quick about it, that's usually how I go. And every one of my figures are basically huge. And it doesn't help that these are my frequent models here. Oh no! I lost a hand. That would have been terrible. All right, let's keep going. We found it. We're good. He's safe. His hand is safe. Before the new Fantastic Four movie came out, feels like so long ago. It came out this year, right? I rewatched the old ones there. They weren't too bad. They weren't great. They were campy fun, but Silver Surfer by Doug Jones as the physical presence and Lawrence Fishburne as the voice. Quite possibly the best thing in there. I think the hardest part that's going to be for me is figuring out how to render his body, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just trying to keep the vibe from the original cover here, but I'm not going to stick to it too much. You already see the pose is different. I don't have his hand up. His hands are going to be down. But yeah, some of the effects they used for the Silver Surfer was really well done, in my opinion, for that time ago. For that time. I'm sorry about the brightness behind me, but it's a beautiful day, and if I close my curtains, I have like really good curtains for this purpose. It'd just be too dark in here, and if it becomes too much of an issue that we can't see, you let me know, and I'll draw in the dark for you. For you, my party peoples. Do it for you. Anyway, what was I saying? Doug Jones, during that era, was that gen's Andy Serkis. I think he's the reason mocap guys started getting credits, movie credits. Is that right? You guys can correct me. I know that David Hyde Pierce for Hellboy, when he played as Abe Sapien, the voice of Abe Sapien, and Doug Jones was the physical actor for it. He kind of championed for that. And how many of us didn't even realize that Doug Jones did both the physical acting and the voice for Abe Sapien in the sequel? So there you go. There you go. So I bring that up to ask you guys if you guys seen the new one, and how'd you feel about that Silver Surfer? And I'm not even looking for the people that are angry because they made it a female. I don't need to hear any of that. She did fine. She looked cool. The thing that I always end up asking as a person who enjoys movies is, did it add anything? Did it add anything to make her to gender swap? Does it add anything to race swap in any of these movies? That when they do, does it add anything? Do we care so much for a fictitious character to champion for them to stay that way? Some, I'm sure, would be pretty pissed off, right? If Luke Cage turned into John Cena. I think people were okay with seeing Michael Clark Duncan as Kingpin. Prove me wrong, or was anybody pissed off about that? But again, as good as he looked as Kingpin, did it add anything to the character? It was still the same character. They didn't add any, which I appreciate, any racial or stereotypical things that they would do in that sense. Except maybe Happy Hogan going Wilson Fisk in his house. But I mean, race swapping didn't do anything. I think body-wise, he was the only guy that was going to match Wilson Fisk's presence. But then again, you look at your boy D'Onofrio, and he nailed it. And he looks like he'll be that character for a while. Anyway, did it change anything? Not really. Not really. They basically did. What was the name of that second Silver? Was it Enter the Silver Surfer? No, what the heck was it called? Anyway. But is it me, or did that Silver Surfer Fantastic Four movie just kind of like come and went? Zalny Draws said hi. Hi back. Good morning. If it's morning where you are, it's morning where I am. And good morning. Happy Monday. We're just drawing buff Silver Surfer here. Here's the legs. This is where I suffer. So yeah, I think that Silver Surfer was the least bothersome, if there was anything bothersome. I think sometimes these writers try to get really creative, and I understand that not every movie that we see in the MCU is based on any of the comics that we read. They kind of like change it in the guise of multiple universes and all that stuff, right? So we already know that that wasn't the Fantastic Four we recognize. They made sure that. But anyway. Old man rants here about movies. I'm going to keep this cool little design of his surfboard. So that's why I'm keeping it here. I'm going to keep a lot of the background. I just wanted to redo the figure. I actually leg swapped. I'm a righty, so I always feel like the right side of the body is more dominant. I don't know why. Buscema's Silver Surfer has. If we rock tidy whities, what would he rock? Sleek silvers? He got sleek silvers on. But I'm gonna have him even sleeker. He's gonna be in the buff. But nobody's gonna care because he's gonna be the rendering doesn't matter. I'm sorry guys. I only have one cup of Joe. And my wordification is not working. Alright. Surfboard. Surfboard. I don't think Buscema knew what a surfboard looked like from the front. I don't know what a surfboard looks like from the front. So I'm just copying what he did, because it's just going to be black underneath anyway. So don't at me, you surfers, please. I probably should have done some research, but I didn't. He's on a plate. And if you guys do say something about me, I'll just be like, look, he did it. And you guys accepted it. Accept it from me. But then you guys will say, well, that's because he's John Buscema. And you're not. Also, for shortening of that leg in the back, giving him that weight. I don't know if I pulled it off in this initial part, but we're going to have to find out. Because it's supposed to this way, that way. Even if you're going to render and do all this other detail, make sure you do finish your figure. Give it as much three-dimensionality that you need, which is what I do. And because of the way I'm using these curved lines to define that three-dimensionality, it'll keep me in check, and it'll help me from not looking at this in a two-dimensional plane. It'll allow me to see the curve of the form and the lines that disappear. Disappearing lines are the ones that kind of go into the background. You know they're there, but you just can't see them. It's used a lot in painting when people suggest. Good morning, Saboteur. Good morning. Artfully Becoming. How y'all doing? Good morning. Happy Monday. Hit me with a happy Monday if you guys celebrate Happy Mondays. If not, it's okay. Get a case of the Mondays. Give me the Eeyore. Give me the donkey of the day. I be putting this jazz on. You guys wake up and come in here and go to sleep. All right. I'm going to save the face for last here. Whoop whoop, happy Monday. Appreciate you, I can't even speak. Appreciate you. I was asking earlier, any of you guys that just hopped on, have you guys seen the latest Fantastic Four movie? And I was asking about the gender swapping of Silver Surfer for that iteration. Did it matter? Was it okay? I'm a fan of the actress, actually. Fan of hers since Ozarks. I don't know. I don't think I've seen anything else she's in. I didn't see... No, that's a lie. I saw a werewolf, whatever it was called. Not too bad. I didn't see Monsters. Is it Monsters? No, Weapons. I didn't see Weapons. But I was saying how I don't mind gender swaps. I don't mind race swaps when it comes to comic book characters, unless, I jokingly said, unless you know, you're not going to change Luke Cage. You're not going to change those type of characters. I don't think I will ever see a white bishop. Even though it wouldn't even matter, but would it? They're not real. You know, people really accept it. Sam Jackson as Nick Fury, to the point where there's a gen out there that didn't know that he was a white dude. Gotcha. Yeah, see, and so that's the thing. If you're going to do something like that, like a race swap or a gender swap or whatever it is it going to add anything more to the mythos? And it didn't, because it was still the same story. It was still Noring Rad uh, sacrificing himself so that his family and his people will survive. Right? It was still the same story. So it didn't add anything. And I was bringing that up with Wilson Fisk's, right? With Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Did it change anything that they made Wilson Fisk a black dude, a black mogul? I know they were trying to. It feels like they were trying to. I don't know if poke fun or use Suge Knight as like a model for it, but that's. I don't know. I don't know how that worked out for them, if at all. It didn't add anything. He didn't show any type of street smart in that sense. He was just a rich dude. It could have been done anybody in a fat suit. But Michael Clark fit the part. He was huge. He was intimidating. That's what you want to see. He wasn't a brute. He wasn't ghetto, as some people would say. So I don't know. I don't know. They really didn't give him much to do in that, other than to be big and to be creepy. You remember when Electra's dad's like, "I'm leaving," blah blah blah. He's like, "How's your daughter?" Like, dude, what the hell? I know it was written to sound intimidating, as if like threatening. It just sounded weird. Not a huge comic fan, but wasn't Captain America a female in the beginning? No. I don't think so. No, Captain America was never a woman. But they retconned it later on in later stories that they were doing those experiments on black people first, and so in the movies they did introduce that with Elijah. I can't remember his last name, as being a successful Captain America. Oh, maybe he was second. I can't remember. The one thing I liked and still enjoy about comic books, while we kind of like segue, it was always teaching us how to do figure work. It was teaching us how to draw figures from the get-go. And because they were all superheroes in tight suits, he was basically drawing nudes, just not anatomically correct. A bunch of Ken and Barbie dolls. Gender and race swaps don't work when it's such a detailed character. Yeah, invent something better. And he does have a female herald, Nova. They could have used her. She's never been in. They introduced her human form, her human character in the movies. She was just kind of like I think the military nurse. I think so. Anyway, yeah, it didn't have to be Norrin Rad. It didn't have to be the Silver Surfer. That would have cemented the fact that it was a different place, a different world. What can you do? We can't have it all, Sabo. We can't have it all. But yeah, Nornrod, the Silver Surfer here, is such a cool character. They haven't done much with him except for in Planet Hulk. I think it was really cool that in the comic books, in the comic book run, in the Colosseum, the Hulk fights the Silver Surfer. And in the animated version, the animated movie version of that, it was Beta Ray Bill. I still would love to see Beta Ray. A female Beta Ray. No, I'm just kidding. A female Beta Ray Bill voiced by Reba McEntire for the win. He looks all stocky. I might have to... Hold on, let me close my shades. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to mimic the Kirby crackle effect here. The rough cut. When they announced that Christian Bale was going to be in Thor Love and Thunder, for a hot second, for a brief moment, I was like, ooh, that would be cool if they did, if he was Beta Ray Bill. And I still feel like that's such a lost opportunity. That's the planet. Gonna give it a glow while I'm here. And then some crackle. And then they announced that it was going to be instead the God Butcher. I said, okay. I don't know why they are using so many storylines from newer what's the word I'm looking for? You guys can help me out. You know what I'm talking about. Ow. Newer stories. Why they're adapting newer stories when Thor has another one. Huge library of things that they can do. That's the one thing I don't like about the kneaded eraser, using it that way, because as soon as you stop, it leaves those weird marks on it, but we gonna be alright. I might have to switch the angle. Let me see what it looks like. That might work a little bit just for conversation piece. Actually, that doesn't look good at all. let's zoom in. It looks a little stocky. That's kind of like the drawback of my measuring method. My dudes come out a little bit swole. All right, we're gonna go 2H. I'm gonna be switching from 2H and HB. I feel like going straight HB, but we'll see what this looks like. Yeah, the thing that's my only complaint is that if you're going to do it and you know it's going to be controversial no matter what, make it worth it. Make it something that's like, okay, dang. But they don't. They don't make it worth it. They just think that the gender swap or the race swap, I keep saying it that, but it's not that. That's not a problem. Is that they don't sometimes those stories just don't work when it's not that same character. You may think that the fans are just too dumb enough to care. Shoot, don't they know how just crazy fans are? I mean, don't they know that the word fan is derived from fanatic? Like, it's in there. We are fanatics. Fanatics. Fans that don't like change. Or drastic change. Kind of like to be lulled into it. Anyway. Maybe I should draw the I can't remember her name. What was his woman's name? His wife's name? I think Shambhala was the name of the planet. I do have the book here. He sees her somewhere. He sees her in space and he thinks it's her. Ah, Shalabal. It was her. It was her name. Anyway. It's all good. I didn't hate the movie. The Fantastic Four. I actually liked the way they changed, or they kind of like emphasized the friendship between the Thing and Johnny Storm. Usually they're played as the odd couple. And although some of that stuff were there, they were very protective of each other. I dug that. I dug the Thing. I couldn't care less for Pascal's Reed Richards. But I don't know who else would be able to play that role. Hey, so yes, I did see Supergirl, and in all honesty, I didn't mind it. It was all right. Was it the best thing I've seen? Nope. Did they? I just shut my brain off, and it was fine. It was absolutely fine. I brought my own baggage though. Uh, I don't care for crypto. That sounds so mean. I'm a dog person. I have a dog that looks just like him. I have a white uh, Australian Shepherd. It's a very Jim Lee looking face. I don't care for crypto not 1 second, man. I think Millie Alcock as a Supergirl was fine. I think she nailed it. I think that was one of the things I had the most confident going into the movie. And she has a presence about her. She has a presence about her, and I don't know why people were so intimidated by her. Or her looks, or whatever it was that people were being asses about. But I actually enjoyed the flick. We was alright with it. Are there things that you're gonna go, okay, what's the point of that? Yep. I don't think Lobo was necessary at all in that movie. I don't know. I don't care for the type of fan service they were looking for. He added nothing. If you can remove every scene he's in, the movie doesn't change at all. So why is he there? He didn't put asses in seats. I didn't go to see. I personally didn't go to go see Momoa as Lobo. Like, ugh. Plus, you're gonna put an X-rated, R-rated, hard R-rated character like Lobo in a PG-13 flick. Way to go! You're gonna put all your R-rated crap on HBO. Fine. Even making stuff R-rated that doesn't have to be. But you're gonna PG-13 Lobo, the main man, who adds nothing to your movie, but fan service for who? Who? I sound like an owl. Yeah, he added nothing. She's great in it. The young girl in there holds her own. She's great in it. Yeah. The villain is forgettable. I knew that because he was a new villain introduced, or new situation introduced, that they were gonna make him into the worst POS humanly possible. And he is. He really is. Him and his group of whatever brigands are the worst part of humanity. They are warmongers and I don't know, human traffickers. So and pedophiles, like weird, gross, skeeving over the young actress, the young character in that movie. So maybe that's why a lot of people don't like that movie. They're showing too many holding the mirror up. Drawing while talking. Good morning, bud. But as a superhero flick, she's badass. She fights like nobody's business. The fighting is great. You could actually see what's happening, which is a trend in some of these superhero movies where they fight and you can't tell what the hell's happening. Who threw that punch? Where did it come from? Why is he flying now? She holds her own in the action department. And emotional. She's emotional. People don't want to go to the movies and be emotionally invested? Okay. Will I see it again? Not in the theaters. If it's on, I'll wait till the action sequences come on. Because again, there's nothing there as an introduction to the character. I don't know if they did a really good job. Why is my phone ringing? Oh. But she did fine. She did great. I hope she gets the ability to do it again. I really do. But yeah, Momoa had no point. The things they changed for her origin wasn't any big deal. I think just an age thing. They really are, unless I missed a story beat in the comics, they really are going for Superman being sent to Earth to conquer it. Like a Super Saiyan or something. So I guess they that's the new wrinkle. Okay. It's kind of a weird wrinkle. If you guys have you guys seen Superman? Can I spoil that? Do we care? It's on Amazon Prime if you guys are interested. I am not a champion of that movie either. I didn't like it at all. At all. I don't think it was Corn Sweat's fault. I think he's fine as Superman, as the one they're trying to portray. Story-wise, hot, steaming pile. Hot, steaming pile of just what are we watching? What is this? What are you trying to tell me? If you're gonna make a movie with a message, and yet I'm like, what are you trying to tell me? You failed at telling your message. I don't know what they were trying to do. And if you point it out, like, is that what you was trying to do? They'll say, no, it's just a comic book movie. No, it ain't. What was the point of that? He had the mirror up to a lot of America and the world in that movie. We know it. They just don't have the beans. They don't have the kryptonite, the kryptons to admit it, because it failed to relay that message. So then they call people, oh, you're just cynical or this, that, and the other. No, man. No. The movie was terrible. I'm not even a champion for the Man of Steel one. But at least the Man of Steel, from what I understand, it was a message about he always felt alone. He's an alien. He's unaccepted. He wasn't even Superman in Man of Steel. He was an alien in the world, treating him as such. And then to find out that there's still some people from his world, and he is the last son of Krypton. Maybe that should have been the title. Shoot, everybody in that movie, even the pastor, when he's like looking for help. I'm talking about Man of Steel. He's like, hey, you don't have to save everybody. Yeah, you know. I don't know. And they didn't even let him have his own movie. Drawing while talking. They're not your friends, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. They're not your friends if they like that movie. Unsubscribe. Unsubscribe. Report them. Thumbs down. I'm kidding. It's just, I don't know. It's just, and then people that complain about it, they start adding their own projections into it. And it just makes them sound racist, bigoted, and ignorant. I think that they definitely missed the mark in whatever it was they were trying to say, or their introduction to that character. I understand that Superman is supposed to be good, clean, and wholesome, right? Truth, justice, and is it still the American way? What did Perry say to the man to Cavill? This is not 1960 something anymore. I think that Corin Sweat Superman's message gets lost because everything else is so loud. In my opinion. In my opinion. It's just loud. Luthor's loud. Luthor's so loud in Superman that it made me miss, and I feel bad for saying it, Jesse Eisenberg's weird, like whimpering Lex Luthor. His was dark. That Lex Luthor, we were talking Superman while I draw Silver Surfer. He's angry because he's a child of an abusive parent. And he's wondering, like most people that deal with hardships like that, where is God? Where's my God? Where's the God that people talk about all the time? And I'm suffering here. And then he gains power. He feels like he's a man, and then an alien comes down and is stronger than him. One who people label as a god. That's his anger. I can't help this guy. It also makes me miss the genius of Gene Hackman, who wasn't really a genius. They never showed him rich. He lived in the sewers. And he was only the smartest dude in the room because he was surrounded by Otis. I think Tessmacher was smarter than both of them. Ay. He's getting hot in my room. He had a yacht. Who had a yacht? Oh, Eisenberg. Yeah, he had a yacht. The line from Empire Strikes Back where Luke asks what he'll find with the cave, and Yoda says, "Only what you bring with you." That's how I view films. People bring their own baggage. Absolutely, absolutely, and it's supposed to be escapism. And I get it. There's filmmakers that use films as their soapbox and their way to speak out about something. Clearly, that Supergirl was about human trafficking. Those people are the villains were odd human trafficking warmongers. And that's it. There was no backstory, no nothing. I guess I can't even tell you. Maybe I was slurping my Oh, my He-Man souvenir cup. I went to Supergirl and bought a He-Man souvenir cup. I don't know. I don't know. Which they use as an afterthought. The villains go and they kill everything, they steal everything. And this isn't a spoiler alert, they're bad guys. So, don't tell me the movie. No, that's just, it's implied. Every villain does that. So, don't at me. And I'm not sharing anything that that's new. Do I have a film? Hold on, I'll get to my rant. A good superhero film, a film that's not 89? Dude, Superman is fantastic. Um, I think that Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire may be one of the best superhero movies ever made. Great villain, great effects, great Spider-Mans. Uh, I was all in for the Avengers. Not Avengers, the last two. The first Avengers was great too, just because they pulled it off. They pulled off that bananas with what they with years of movies and side movies and all that stuff. They pulled it off, so that was really cool to see as a fan. Um, Even their end game and their what the hell is the subtitles to those movies? Unbelievable. Avengers Endgame. The Infinity War? Is that what it was? Was that what it's called? The hell? I don't. Some fan I am. Even Spider-Man 1, the first one and 2 are amazing. I don't even care about the whole organic webbing. It made sense. And he was still a scientist. But it made sense. Who cares? It was weird. But yeah, they were great. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think what else. Does it have to be a comic book movie? No, not a, does it have to be superhero, or can it be based on a comic book or graphic novel? The Crow with Brandon Lee is amazing and sad and just a powerful movie with all the baggage that we know and what happened to him in that. That movie's fan freaking tastic, man. One that I watch, I think, once a year. I really do, and it's like kind of like an organic rewatch of that movie. There's just something about it that's haunting. I have the books to it also. I think I bought the books twice, and almost bought it 3 times because I misplaced it in my house. The I think The Road to Perdition is a fantastic movie with Tom Hanks and a baby. Was that Whitmer in Road to Perdition? You guys know that movie? Tom Hanks is awesome in that, and a young Daniel Craig, and maybe one of the last movies where Paul Newman was in. The Road to Perdition in a weird what's his face? Yeah, no, it was a young Tyler Hoechlin. You go, 6 Degrees of Superman. Tyler Hoechlin was the young kid. Yeah, that first Superman, it's so good. It really is, and it's such a cheesy comic book movie, but it's such worth a watch. Even the second one, even though people kind of like trash on the second one. Really, they both hated it. Well, don't listen to me. I enjoy crappy movies. You know, though, I'm not gonna lie. I enjoyed Perdition second, third watches. It's one of those for me where it was like, oh yeah, let me see what's going on here. Let me see what's going on here for real. When I was a kid, I swore by Howard the Duck. That movie's trash, but I used to watch the hell out of that thing. It is trash though. So those are guilty pleasures, so I don't think that counts. All right, so I'm not gonna do uh, box office. Because I'm pretty subjective. Yes, I actually enjoyed Watchmen to the point where I have the friggin' the the Fall Asleep edition. You guys know about the Watchmen Fall Asleep edition? It has the comic book, the comic book that the kid is reading in animated form, all super in between added. The scenes are added. I can't speak, guys. I really did only have one cup of Joe today. um, I don't like all of it, but I'm not such a nerd for the books to go, oh, they changed so much. I don't care. 300 was great for what it was. And we all watched it for the big buff dudes. Everybody. Everybody watched that movie for Gerard Butler's abs. I know I did. It didn't make me go to the gym yet, though. I'm going to redo these hands, but I'm just going to keep the shape that I have here, the relaxed hands. The third one. Was the third one with Richard Pryor? I'm trying to think. I really did enjoy the X-Men movies when it came out. It kind of sucks that this dude's stink hangs over all of them now, so much so. Bryan Singer, that anytime you see his name on anything, you go, eh, eh. We were hunting for something to watch over the weekend, and we started looking at trailers for old shows in the Marvel universe, and there was a show called Gifted that had some low-level mutant characters, like really, really B-list, D-list, not even B. And then it was like from the mind or executive producer Bryan Singer, and we're like, nope. And it sucks because it has nothing to do with those actors and the showrunners and stuff like that, but I'm good. But his X-Men 2 at the time might have been one of the best comic book movies that had no real adaptation from a book, just kind of like everything put together from things that we enjoy, and them building their own mythos to Wolverine. I watched the heck out of it. I still might have it somewhere in DVD form. This is going to be one of those drawings that will absolutely benefit from inking. I'm not following any of Buscema's I just read what you said, Caleb. I don't where I don't like having people share with their share your location with me. I'm in Florida, brother, and we're going through a heat advisory today. It's gonna be melt degrees outside. So if you're down here or near here, no, not gonna help. I'm inside. I'm staying inside, and it's still warm in my house. I think I just saw the temperature. It's still about 80 degrees. I'm gonna turn on my fan. Hold on, I can fix that. All right, where was I? What were we complaining about? South Carolina? Yeah. And we close. The Last Stand, the third. Oh, dude. Drawing while talking, buddy. No, man. No. Brett Ratner? Ugh. Unfortunately, he's another dude that, I know you detach yourself from. I can't. He's another one that was in that, yeah. Anyway, but I still watch his Family Man every Christmas. And I haven't watched Rush Hour in a while, but his was the worst. Oh, brother. I'm the Juggernaut. Maybe that's the best part in there. Vinnie Jones as Juggernaut. I gave it a chance. I was in the theaters. But yeah, man, I wouldn't, he's still my buddy, yo. You can like what you like. I got my share of bad movies that I enjoy. The Mario Brothers. The Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo as Luigi. Mario, and Luigi Mario. Which, I don't know if it's canon that Mario has two first names. But Bob Hoskins as Mario was my Mario. Captain Lou Albano was my Mario, but we all know. Captain Lou Albano as Mario had the best PSA. If you do drugs, first you go to hell, and then you die. That's what he was telling little kids as in his PSAs back then. And true words were never spoken. Oh man. Yeah. Hugh Jackman in those was he was their cash cow. He really was, and he did overshadow them, and then it became Wolverine and the X-Men. So much so that they made animations and books about Wolverine and the X-Men. But yeah, they never did Cyclops right. I think what the Disney's gonna do is give us some weird fan service. I hate what they showed us so far for Avengers, Doomsday, or whatever the heck. But we're gonna eat it up anyway. But yeah. I wished more for a animated version where they can really go nuts. And I guess I got that with X-Men 97, which I eat it up. That thing is great. If you haven't seen X-Men 97, give it a watch. Oh yeah, he got some thunder thighs. I'm sure Surfer's got to have some legs, some thigh meat. I can never be a surfer. I skipped leg days a lot when I used to exercise. I got some tight little calves, but nope. To the point that my wife bought me some socks that have chicken legs imprinted on them, and I wear those proudly. Yeah, I think I'm trying to get out of. I'm like I go through these phases of interest in terms of the creative process. Right now, I've been wanting to do a lot of drawing and painting. But the last two drawings I did, the one of Supergirl and this one, and Galactus, I did a lot. With Galactus, I'm painting. So with this one and Supergirl, the way I've been drawing and building up my characters feels like I think it's time for me to do some inking. And this is going to have such a stark background with the black space that I think that might be what's on the pipeline in the next couple of days. Do some live inking. It's very cathartic, and once you start seeing the brush work. I'm gonna move a little faster here. I'm gonna do 2 streams today. I'll be back in around 3 o'clock my time. So depending how much I do here, I might end up spending that time doing the title. You know what? I wanted to do this instead. I want to refine some of these, but are we back? Sorry guys, I had a glitch in the matrix. What are the dimensions? Oh, this is comic book sheet. This is a 11 by 17 Bristol board. Yeah, let me know if we get back to normal. I'm afraid that if I stop, it's just gonna kick me out. But I might just end up having to stop anyway. It says we're connected. I think if there's any comic professionals in the hizzy, you guys can correct me. I don't know when they started to use this model, but ever since I remember and started looking into it, it's 11 by 17, and yeah, so it gives you all the dimensions for covers and for double page spreads. I think with some covers people can, it can be adapted, it could be shrunk down. Most painters would draw and paint bigger because it could always just be scanned or photographed and then adjusted. But when it comes to the comic book page, I think traditionally, from what I can remember, I might have to look at when it started, it is 11 by 17. But there's the bleed is 16 by 10 and a half. The trim, so where they can cut if necessary, is 15 and a half by 10 inches. And then the main page is 13 and a half by 9 inches. Right? And I'm just reading these numbers down here. And the live area being that 13 and a half by 9, sorry. So the live area is where they tell artists to make sure if you're going to have any text, Anything that's super important to the story that you can't risk getting cut off or can't risk being misinterpreted, make sure it's inside that 9 by 13 and a half. Everything else, because of the way machinery is, may suffer. May suffer. Mythical Myers. He says, or she, yo, coach, your average piss poor artist here just wanted to say those man thighs look a little too big and they feel feminine rather than the usual rectangle thick. They feel round. Nice drawing, though. Yeah, but what do you know? Are you a surfer? You got little legs? Are you an athlete? Have you seen an athlete? Have you seen a baseball player? The ass and thighs those dudes have? Come on, man. But I appreciate your opinion. But you're wrong. But I appreciate your opinion. See, now you're gonna have me double check, but I'm not gonna change them because of you. But you know what though? You ain't lying. Right here is a little too thick. But the leg is in perspective or foreshortened, so his knees forward. So take that. Yeah, bro, here. I'll make him this way. Yeah, you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid. They were not around enough. Yeah, you were using reverse psychology. You were using reverse psychology on me, bud. No, dude, you ain't lying. It is difficult when trying to do any type of foreshortening or foreshadowing, especially when it comes to legs and thighs, just because of that feature. So, in our eyesight, when it comes to looking at it in that form, we'll always say that doesn't look right. That doesn't feel right to me. So, you're just gonna have to live with it and allow the artist to do what he does. Twinkle Surfer, yeah, man. So, but you're right. I think this surfer's legs are a bit thinner, but he has a longer torso. And I'm not gonna say anything bad about John Buscema. Are you? He got round thighs. So. It's this piece here. But I hear you, man. I appreciate that. No, I understand. I got you, bro. I'm not mad at you. It takes a lot more than critiquing my thunder thighs. Because you're not lying. They are a little bit rounder. But it's also not the finished piece. So, I got you. I got you, bro. We Gucci, we safe. This is a safe place. Do. But now you got me thinking about it. Now you messed me up. Maybe if I adjust the angle of his knee, of his calf. It's the only reason why you watch baseball? Yeah, man. And that's the problem of doing when I did my measuring, my characters always seem to be a bit stocky. Now, to me, because I'm drawing on a flat table, it looks okay. But I'm sure from the top down angle, the proportions are worse. But man, if we can't be here to to do better, come on, what's the point? All right, this needs to be a little bit longer. This whole positioning is a little weird because this arm is supposed to be leaning forward. His body's supposed to be a bit twisted. Go fig. Nah, man, we ain't here for the end. But just know, my friend, I am not I don't feel any type of way. Yeah. But yeah, no sweat, man. You messed me up, and now I lost our train of thought. What were we talking about? Bam, 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 bam. Characters, I gotta say, thick old thighs. He don't like my thighs. Your thighs are okay. Jackman. Okay, yes, those guys. I think we caught up. HB. I'm gonna try. I want to have a nice glare here, so I'm gonna start erasing some lines. But yeah, man, it is super hot. What is it now? 89? Okay, that's not too bad. It's supposed to reach close to 100 today. Before noon, so it got an hour to go to reach that temperature where I'm at. But this first part of the stream is going to be done in about a half an hour. But I will be back around 3 o'clock my time. So if you guys want to come back and hang out, see if I can try to fix this, I'll keep working on it. I do not. I do not have a. I do not have a Discord community where you can potentially, most likely, then not flex a bit. But but I do not. My I'm stuck here. I'm stuck on the YouTubes and I'm stuck on Instagram for the moment. You an illustrator yourself? I can dig it. You got me curious? Maybe. A little bit. Oh, where am I? Here we are. 2H. I actually want to go a little bit darker than that. So is that your whole plan? Come in here, criticize my thighs, and be like, "Look at you want to see how real thighs are drawn? Check out my artwork. And pay for your work on my channel." I see it. I see how it's done. Little stream pirate. Hey Caleb, if you're still there, oh no, he's mowing the lawn. Never mind. That'd be messed up. Oh man, do you have a YouTube page? You're gonna make me go through your Do you have artwork on your page? I'll check it out when I can. I appreciate you. It's the calmness of my voice, man. Makes people change the way they think. You ams, you do? Okay. Yeah, I'll check out I'll go through your channel history, man. I ain't got no problem, dude. There's no egos here, man. I don't care. I don't care. Talk about Buscema. Buscema's the freaking man, dude. I swear, I grew up at the right time, but it was too young. I was too young. I wasn't collecting the stuff that I'm collecting now. I didn't appreciate Buscema growing up. To think that the only thing I remember of Buscema was his How to Draw comics. That's terrible. Like, I didn't appreciate his Avengers run. His that beautiful picture of the Vision crying. You'll believe an android can cry. I would love to pick up that his artist edition of that. It's too expensive. I don't love him that much, but I have a ton. When I started collecting my Conan books, it's a dream to have his pencils and inked by other amazing artists like Alcala, Alfredo Alcala, and Ernie Chan. they just really complemented each other's style. But even going through this book, his artisan edition of Silver Surfer, it's a treat and a half, man. He draws beautiful women. He draws muscular dudes, handsome looking guys, great action, great form. So, what can you do, man? I'm just happy that I'm able to see their stuff while I can now and appreciate it. It bums me out though, the amount of things that I've missed because I wasn't introduced to them sooner, or wasn't introduced to them by by comic fans. Like I said, my family, my cousins and them, they really weren't into comic books. They weren't as much of a nerd as I am. They were sports dudes. They loved cars. They loved sports. You know, I was an introvert. I was short growing up, so I'd rather sit somewhere and draw. And be quiet. Which I tell you guys, I don't know if you understand how much of a breakout this is for me. Like the only time I'm outlandish or flamboyant or loud is with people that I love and care for, and my family. And doing this really does help me talk to you guys and hang out with y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. When I say thank you, and I hopefully I say it enough, but I don't want to say it so much so that you guys that it loses its value and loses its true meaning when I say it about you guys that watch and are. I can feel the genuine care and the building of community. You guys, you know. Anyway, your boy's gonna get emotional on a Monday. I gotta do something about that face. Anyway, it's coming along. It's coming along. Thanks, heartfully. So, I don't know how I'm gonna render his face. Lines, just put lines. Your family didn't think you'd be an artist. You had to prove them wrong. Sometimes unfortunately, sometimes it be like that. Sometimes family is the least supportive of, and we see it a lot. We see it all the time. But then we see sometimes where family is the only group of people that will support you. My immediate family, my wife, my kids, the encouragement that I get from them, all the times they walked me away from the quitting from the quitting tree, they've encouraged every idea, good and bad, because sometimes you just got to let somebody fail sometimes. But as long as they try, they're the type that, nah, man, you got to try it. You'll never know if you don't try it. You can't be afraid because of this, that, and the other. Afraid or angry about something that never happened. So do it. Get the Shia LaBeouf and do it. And they've made me search for people and creators that have that creed. There's so many artists, some here already. Charlie from Saboteur Comics being one of them, that are in the don't be about it, don't talk about it, be about it category. Just get it done. Do it. Just do it. And let that be the goal, that you did it and got it done. Don't think about windfall or failure or if somebody's going to notice. Do it. Didn't know what you do. Well, I'll tell you now, my friend. Do it. Yeah, there you go. Do it. Now, one of the things that I say the most often is one of the saddest things that I say. Why didn't I do it sooner? What the frig? Why didn't I do it sooner? Not because everything I've done is successful, but I have found success on things that I've held back, things that I've pushed away from me, things that I was afraid to do or draw or experiment on, and then I do it and it's successful. And I'm not talking about anything financial or stuff like that. I'm just talking about a technique, a paint, a theme, a medium, and it's like, oh man, and that's the thing that bothers me the most. I appreciate you, Mythical Myers. I appreciate you. Like I said, all are welcome, and I appreciate you. Oh, dude. So, I will be back later on this afternoon, but I'm going to be off of this in about 15 minutes. So, Mythical on Wednesdays. I'm going to start doing workshop live streams. So if you got a question on how to shade, how to draw thicker thighs, put it as a suggestion, and it'll be, and the life you save just may be your own. And I'll do my best, because like I said, I'm not a teacher. I've only been doing this for over 30 years. But I like to share as much as humanly possible. There is no gatekeeping here. I can't take it with me. And by the time I pass, I'm not going to be thinking about artwork. I'm going to be thinking about hanging out with my family at the pearly gates. So, if there's anything that you have questions, not that I'm the best, but it's something that you see, you go, damn, how the hell do you do that? Ask. And if I can break it down in a way that's understandable to you and many others, then that's a bonus for me, and that makes me happy. So, and there's no paywall. Know what I mean? Self-taught for 7. I've been self-taught for a little over 30. I did go to school, but it was for graphic design and communication. And I did learn a little bit of art stuff in there, more about the history, but predominantly self-taught, traced and copied by comic books, funny pages, magazines, you name it. Beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes. You guys know what I'm talking about. And now I'm pilfering on sequential art, so I could be like my boy Saboteur, and Rob Norton. Trying to get my writing in there. Because we're only here for a certain amount of time. And if we waste it by thinking about the things we could have done and should have done, nah, man. Nah. I may not be able to go see Paris, but your boy's gonna draw it. I'll be there. I'll draw everything I can and want. And if it's successful, I'll show it. If it's not, it won't be in the video. So. But yeah, so we got like a few minutes left. You have to, man. I've always wanted to do something, but I was more of an idea machine, and my inability to be consistent. It's such a funny thing to say that I couldn't consistently draw, let's say Batman, Superman, or whomever, the same all the time. Put me in that position of, well, do a poster, do a pinup. That way you can draw it however you want, no matter what. Your ideas can constantly change. Your face can constantly change. And it's a good thing and a bad thing, but consistency is key. So, that's where we're going to go. That's what we're going to do, man. Be consistent. Be respectful of the art, too, man. That was one thing that I learned early. You got to be respectful about, and not just your inability, your ability. You got to be respectful about yourself for what you can and can't do. I mean, what's the thing that DeGrasse Tyson be saying about intelligence, knowing enough about something to be right, but knowing enough about something to know you're wrong? I got nothing. Something like that. You know what I'm talking about. I'll look it up and I'll steal it. Yes, thank you, Artfully. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you. Hit the hearts, hit the hundos, so that the algorithm gets told that you guys like it and it shows it to other people. You guys know that they're going to be removing the thumbs down icon. You will no longer be able to hate on videos that from people that you follow. It's either going to say not interested, so it may not show up again in your feed, so you can't be trolling somebody. So I can't go to my boy Saboteur's page and hit thumbs down on his videos just to troll him. I would have to say unfollow or uninterested. Ain't that something? Trolling will cost you, so you're either going to have to watch or ignore it. I don't do that, by the way, Saboteur. I love you. You're my homie. You should do them hip dents normally. Hip dents tend to be a strong indication of strong legs as well. Oh yeah, look at yo. I see y'all. Y'all some experts on the thunder thighs. He's not real. He's not real. I could give him a third leg. This is his third leg. No, I appreciate you guys. So, I'm going to let the music play me out, guys. I am going to be back later on this afternoon, 3 o'clock p.m. my time. If you want to come back and hang, I'm going to leave this as is. We're going to keep rendering the metallic, the silver, the polished silver that is the Silver Surfer. I'm looking at it from your angles to see what you guys are saying. I might have to do some tweaking. That's all right. You know what? There's going to be some glow effect. But yeah, I appreciate you guys always. Thank you, thank you. I'm going to clean up a bit. See you guys in a bit. If not, I'll see you on Wednesdays. Jump on Wednesdays for the workshop. And I'm probably going to be doing either a portrait again. I'll have a reference up or figure. I have a book there that I want to share with you guys so you can see for some reference. A really great book for figure drawing. It's not just for figure drawing. It shows you coloring and perspectives and 3D animation and rendering. But I'm going to use it mostly for figuring out some of these tricky spots of the human body. If you don't go into Pinterest and look at figures, which you could, I would recommend that you guys, if you're into figure drawing or learning how to draw the figure better, comic book wise or otherwise, look at the human body, your own. Grab a mirror, take a peek at yourself. Be respectful. But Pinterest has a ton. Be respectful. Instagram has a few really good channels and uploaders of models and figures that you can put together. But I'll probably find something in Pinterest. We'll go through the face again. Anyway, with that said, I'm gonna let the music play. I'm gonna clean up. I appreciate you. This is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello. God bless you. I love you. I mean it. I'll see you later, and I'll draw you later. Bye bye.